Howdy, my name is Charlie Walker, and this is my final speech submission. And this is my keyword outline. The freshman 15. On top of the stress of doing our own laundry, homesickness, and the rigor of university-level classes, this phenomenon of gaining 15 pounds of fat during our freshman year seems like beating a dead horse. However, from a different perspective, this turns into a great conversation opener to one of the most important elements of a healthy life: nutrition. Today, I enjoy many benefits that a healthy diet has to offer, but it was not that long ago that I was blind to these benefits. As a child, I believed healthy eating to be a waste of my time, but as I have grown, my views on nutrition have changed drastically. As a kid growing up in suburban America, my diet consisted mainly of foods that came out of plastic bags and jars, and to me, greens meant the M&M or the Skittle. Although it's just generally accepted that that's the way that kids eat these days, my reasoning for eating this way went a little bit deeper. You see, as a kid, I had a deep longing for independence, and I found that one of the few things that I could control in my life was what I decided to put in my body. As a result, I decided to eat the opposite of what trusted adults told me I should be eating, simply as a way to extend this independence as far as I could. Little did I know that all the decisions I was making were not mine at all, but rather the result of extensive marketing campaigns of large companies to get me to buy their processed foods and skew my view of what whole foods meant. Not knowing any better, I continued eating this way well into my teens out of muscle memory and habit. In fact, it was not until this very year that I began to take notice of what I was putting into my body, all because of one big global pandemic, COVID-19. As we were all forced inside of our homes because of the COVID-19 pandemic, I found myself extremely bored. Because of this, I took up a new hobby. I began to cook. As I began preparing delicious meals for me and my family, I began to wonder, what's actually going into all these meals that I'm preparing? And because of the wealth of knowledge that can be found off of a single Google search of nutrition, my eyes were immediately opened. I discovered what it meant to have a healthy balance of carbs, fats, and proteins, and the importance of micronutrient-rich foods into your diet. With this new knowledge, I began implementing more of these micronutrient-rich foods into my cooking. Experimenting with these new foods and different ways to cook them led me to an amazing discovery. Vegetables can be downright delicious. As I began cooking and eating more and more of these healthy foods, I began to take firsthand notice of the benefits of a healthy diet in my own life. First of all, as a rock climber, I was making better performances than I ever was before. My intake of whole grain carbohydrates allowed me sustained energy over the entire length of my sessions, and my increased protein intake allowed me to build muscles faster than ever before. Because of my increased performance, I began enjoying rock climbing more than I had previously. As well, I began experiencing the independence that I longed for as a child, but in a much more genuine way, as I began making eating decisions based on what food labels and nutritional information told me was in the food rather than what marketing campaigns wanted me to believe. As well, the choice to begin caring about what I ate carried over into other areas of my life, as a mentality of self-care caused me to begin focusing on getting enough sleep every single night and doing things like doing my homework early to save my future self from the stress. It seems a focus on proper nutrition can truly be a gateway to an overall more fulfilling, richer life. I have found in my life this to be the case with any decision to make an investment in one's future self. As I have grown, my views on nutrition have changed drastically. As a kid, I ate improperly as a result of me trying to have some sort of independence. As I began cooking and taking notice of what I ate, I realized the many benefits a healthy diet can have in one's life. As we're all going into this college experience together, with all of these new opportunities to have independence in so many different ways, I encourage you all to take early control of your eating habits and to put these principles to work in every single other area you can of your life. I do not believe you will regret it. Thanks, and gig 'em.